For the last few weeks, I've been talking about taking charge of your life. And today I want to talk about zones of uncertainty. Zones of uncertainty. This story starts in my school with my geography teacher. I was studying in foothills of Himalayas, and we could see the Himalayas on the other side of the school. And she took us out and saying, "What do you see beyond the mountains?" And we looked at the mountains and saying, "What's beyond the mountains?" And we had all kinds of crazy answers. And after about 10 minutes, it was quite clear that we didn't have a clue what she was looking for, or we didn't have a clue of what was beyond the mountains. And then she told us, let's go back in and study as to find out what is beyond the mountains. And that's how I remember the mountain range Himalayas and how I studied Himalayas. Now that's a very interesting way of taking charge of a thought and then going and discovering. And it fits in pretty well with what I wanted to say about taking charge of your life through zones of uncertainty. So what do you do when there is a zone of uncertainty in life? And I have faced a zone of uncertainty almost very too often, and I'm sure it's true with all of us. And I'm reminded by the wood drifting down a river, being extremely comfortable about the zone of uncertainty in terms of where would the bend of the river go. And the wood drifts till it reaches the shore, and then it stays at the shore. Whereas the stone, which is seeking higher certainty, it's a metaphor, but stone which is seeking higher certainty sinks because he wants to stay put in that particular place and is not allowing itself to float and drift and discover the right position the stone wants to be in, unless there is an external force of a high current which rolls the stone down the river. When I look at this metaphor, when I look at this example, what comes to my mind is most of us, when we reach zones of uncertainty, when we reach zones of certainty, we know how to run our lives, hopefully. But when we reach zone of uncertainty, try very hard to find certainty in that uncertainty. And maybe the right way to take control of your life is that allow us to drift. Because I do personally believe in my experience that we have instinct. And the reason we have instinct is that logical minds are not the only sense organs we need to use to take charge of our life and do what we want to do. There is feeling, there is experiencing, and there are instincts. And at zones of uncertainty, if we let things drift and let things be for a period of time, and as soon as we spot the shores, I'm sure we will swim hard to get to the shore. But if we start swimming when the uncertainty is at the highest, without knowing the direction in which we are going, yes, we are in control of our destiny, yes, we have our own charge in our hands, but it would be foolish, because it is important for us to understand that in zones of uncertainty, maybe the right thing to do is to allow things to drift a bit, allow us to experience that feeling, allow us to develop that instinct for the situation, and when all the elements come together, take charge of the life all over again and start swimming very hard. So I believe that in times of uncertainty, as we are going through today, maybe coming out of economic recession, it may be time to drift, take it easy for a bit, and then as soon as your instinct tells you that the time is right, start swimming very hard by taking charge of your life. If you like that thought, or if you want to add to that thought, or if you want to share the stories, or if you have new thought on how we can all take charge of our life, I'll be very interested to hear more about you.